Hello everyone, I am Deepak Punyal and welcome back. So it is our second lecture and we'll try to review the things we have discussed in first lecture. So we have discussed that object oriented programming is based on objects, and we also discussed about classes and objects. So a class is something that is blueprint of something, right? And when we talk about objects, it is a real world entity that is consisting of two things. One was attributes and another was behavior. So I would like to go into detail of these attributes and behaviors. Let us see here. When I talk about attributes or features of a object, these attributes are also called data fields or variables or data members. Similarly, when I talk about behavior, I talk about methods, member function or procedures. So when we are talking about features, all these things mean same thing. And when I talk about behavior or methods or member function or procedure, all these things will mean that a task is being performed by the object. So it have multiple names through which I can identify this. Similarly, for the behaviors, I have multiple names through which I can identify this. Another thing, we have class, and there is a process that is called instantiation, and through instantiation we get object, real thing or concept. So a class can have, or class will have, or class is a definition through which we can generate multiple objects. I would like to take example. Suppose you have defined the bank account with suitable attributes, which could be balance in your account, or it could be account number or account number, etc. Similarly, there could be some behaviors like withdraw money or deposit money, or it could be balance and query, etc. So we are defining a bank account which could have attribute and some behaviors. From the same definition, we could generate multiple bank accounts. Suppose there are three account holders with the name A, B and C. So I can have a bank account definition and I can generate 3 bank accounts from the same definition, A, B and C. But these objects will have their own features. If I talk about A, B and C, these data members, or sorry, these objects will have their different attributes or different values of same attributes. A could have 100 rupees as balance in his account, B could have 200 as balance, or C could have 300 as balance. Similarly, the account number of first account holder, it could be 1 2 3. Account number of second account holder could be 4 5 6, and account number of third account holder, it could be 7 8 9. So if we see this thing clearly, we are seeing that although these objects are getting generated from the same class, these have same attribute, but the values of these attributes are very different. But if we see the behavior, all these member function or all these behaviors will be same in every class, or sorry, in every object. So what we mean here, that if you are talking about an object, attributes will be different for different objects, but in case of function, the same copy will be used by all the objects. So it is not very different if we write like this, and we can say that used by and same copy is used by all the objects. If A want to deposit some money, let us suppose A want to deposit rupees 200 in his account, it will use the same function deposit. If it want to withdraw some money, it will use the same withdraw function. If you want to check its balance, it will use the same function. And similarly for other two objects, if they want to withdraw or deposit or check the balance, they are going to use the same function. So the functions will not be shared. Function will be same for every object, but these attributes are going to be different. We can take an example here, or try to make it in different box. Sorry. It's not working, so I will try to make two different objects here. One object, this is one object. I will try to get another object. You can also see here, I am clicking on the same thing and I am generating two different things. So here this thing, basic shapes, this rectangle is a class, and I'm clicking this thing to generate different object of different shape and size. If you see this object or this rectangle, you will see that it's, or I can say this is okay, this is position, but I would like to, yeah, width, I would like to change its width. It is 12 and height is, I would make it 3 so that I can put it here. Similarly for another object, this is also object, I would like to make it maybe 10 centimeter in length or 2.5 in height. Similarly third one, I would make its length as 8, which is smaller than above, and will make height as 2. So you can say that we are generating different object with different attributes from the same class, and class is a rectangle class. So similarly for this thing, we have different attributes for the same class or different attributes for the different objects. So the important point here is one object's attribute are totally different from another object's attributes. Although these could have similar values, but these could have similar values, we are not restricting them to have totally different values, but the thing is that these attributes or these attributes could have different values as well, means that they are not going to affect one another. Like if I am going to make it 200, it will not change it to 200 as well. So these two things are very different. In some cases we might see that I am depositing in account A. Let us suppose I deposit 500 rupees in account A. That might change balance of B, or let me make it 1000 so that it is easier to understand. So A have actual balance 200 rupees and I am adding 500 to that. It could happen that I have actual balance 1000 and I am deducting 500 from here. So it is the case of transfer of money from account B to A. So here you can say that these members or these attributes are being affected when I am performing some task, and this is very important. These attributes can affect each other, but with the help of member functions. The member functions that are defined by the class will allow us to manipulate the attribute of another object. Why this happens, or why the member functions are given to manipulate these things, we will discuss it later, but it could happen, and we call it message passing. So we can also say that this is sending message from one object to another object. So this is concept of message passing using member function calls. So I think this will be enough for this lecture. If you have any doubt, you can please put it in the comments and I will try to revert back. Thank you so much.